My fondest memory when I was 8 or 9 years old was going through the horse shows and grooming for my father. After that, it was helping my sister and my brother show in and around New York. My father started judging in the 1940s, and I got a license in 1956. Prior to that, only amateurs judged the horse shows. And in the 50s, they started, my father, like I say, was one of the first to get a judge's license as a professional. Prior to that, it was all amateurs and didn't get paid. None of them got paid until about the 1960s. The best piece of advice I received when I started judging was from my father, to be consistent. So everybody that shows know what to expect from you as a judge, whether you put emphasis on a good mover or extra good jumper or whatever the case may be. The biggest inspiration in any part of the horse business or any business is being honest. And when you're judging, the only one, like I say, the only one you're going to satisfy is yourself in your honesty. I think the biggest tip to inspiring judges is to get with someone who you really have confidence in, and sitting next to them, just pick their brain and pick out the important things in judging hunters. Like when a horse comes in the ring, they pick up a certain speed and they have to maintain that until they finish the last jump. You can't jump 2 fences and then change your gear and then jump 2 more fences and change your gear. That's why that separates the top rounds. Not that they're all well ridden, they're all turned out, they're all nice horses, they're all good jumpers. Usually what separates the first top 4 horses is the pace in the ring, where they make adjustments to set up their horse to go down the line or not. And that'll separate the top 4 rounds in any class, is the pace in which the horses starts and finishes without any interruptions. I was judging at the Meadowlands, the National Horse Show. And it wasn't a very good class, to be honest. It was the Working Hunter Stake. And the best round was about an 80 or an 84. And Leslie Steele came in on a chestnut horse and really set the pace. I mean, she just blossomed out. And the horse galloped down to the last fence, which was an oxer, swapped leads right in front of the fence and jumped out straight over the fence. And Brian looked at me and said, "What do you think?" I said, "Still the winner, even with a swap." He said, "I agree." So the horse won the class. So Kenny Wheeler was sitting up behind us with a bunch of young judges that had gone to the clinics and said to Kenny, "That's too bad, that horse can't get a ribbon." And Kenny Wheeler said, "If those boys are half the judges I think they are, that horse is going to win the class." And the young judges said, "Well, at the clinic," Kenny said, "I don't care what they told you at the clinic, he was the best round." So it would have been a 92 or 93, so with the swap it made it an 88 or an 89, which was still the best in the class, and won it. We probably caught a lot of flack for that, but that's the way you judge. The one that goes the best wins it. You don't just take a really good round and knock it down for some minute little impurity. That's the way we judge, and I hope the new judges come along continue that way. There's so many good professional riders and trainers and horse show managers that really help the horse show sport. Like I was back visiting Barney Ward in September and went up to the $1 million class, $1 million jumper class at Saugerties that Tom Strazzeri put on for the hits. $1 million for one jumper class. I mean, that is fabulous compared to what these riders 30, 40, 50 years ago, they jumped the top of the standards for $50. It's progressed quite a bit, and these managers have really been great promoting the sport. Yeah, my wife, when she was an amateur showing for Duffy's Stables, showed at Madison Square Garden and was first and second in the regular Working Hunter Stake, which had never been done before, and this was as an amateur against all the professionals. After that, they started the amateur owner division. But prior to that, the amateurs showed right against the professionals. So that was pretty impressive that she was first and second. Never been done before or since. And I wasn't judging or any members of my family. The honor I'm receiving from the Hunter and Jumper Association is one of the most notable things I've ever received or heard of in the horse business. I'm so delighted from Bill and the board of directors from the Hunters to receive this award. Especially important because it's the Gene Mish Award, because he's done so much for the horse shows in the last 30 years. And the list of people already on that award are pretty substantial. And I'm very, very excited to be included among them.